Vector, TB. Usually this sounds like a snooze fest, but when you've got two of the best teams in the world, both with so much confidence, the fourth game in a row, EG first picks TB.
Hey, this is anything but, oh no, well, actually, no, it is predictable. Oh, it's something which EG always gets a little bit scrutinized for. As we were looking and we were talking through the draft while the panel was talking about it as well, everything looked like it was going according to plan, especially the first two. The only thing which is a little bit more left field is this Samael Lashrak coming in as their fifth pickup. What do you think they're thinking here with EG? Like, how does this hero, how does Samael tie everything together with the hair color 66?
Hey, you know what I love about this series? You will not find two cockier teams in Dota.
Yeah, let's pick Queen of Pain to go mid. That's Samael in a nutshell.
Look, I would argue that Sumail versus Ramses and no one versus Artur, they're probably the most similar archetypes of players, even though they're on different roles. You've got the two most popular streamers in the West and two of the cockiest, youngest superstars that exist in the world of Dota 2.
And they really are superstars. I remember when Ramses first came onto the scene, everyone was like, man, how do we actually kill this guy? He was playing live stealers in the safe lane, gyrocopters in the safe lane, and no one could get anywhere near him. This time around, though, they're a little bit near him. Ramses trying to Spectral Dagger back over the tree line. He'll be able to make it a hell of a lot of damage. Didn't really want to burn the salve so early, but it's going to make it difficult for the runes. It looks like it's still a 2-2 trade-off.
The thing is that forces disrupt skill level 1, and usually I've seen Shadow Poison, especially with the 4 Mango build from Fly. He doesn't want to be playing with disruption in this lane. So yeah, it's a salve, but I would argue that and it's not even a salve.
Yeah, he's going
base.
all the way back.
Yeah.
So as long as there's no lane switch around, Ramses will be fine with this. He'll regenerate in the fountain, then TP out to the bottom lane.
Yeah. Mid is, I think, the place to watch. We saw maybe's Lesh, but didn't really have the game he was looking for. I'd say Sumail, he won a TI on the back of his Lesh being so much better than Shiki's, and this is a hero he's always loved.
I was actually interested to see the build that would come out from No One too, how he would go up, because with EMP Burnus really good against the Shrek as well as the Brewmaster, but he's still needs to be that aggressive presence, right? You got a Centaur, you got a Spec, you got a Necro. Okay, there's a little bit of power in this, but does the mid have to rotate? Like, is this having to be a very active game for No One to get off that mid lane and bounce around?
No. I think that both these players are just going to be sitting here trying to outduel one another. We already saw Sumail tank a cool Sunstrike to ensure he got the Archer deny, but at the same time, No One is keeping lane control. Just a lot of early mind games in the first wave. I'm sure CCNC is watching, eyes peeled to the screen.
Who's got the momentum? Who's got the wave going their way? Well, the rest of the lanes to battle it out pretty hard. At the moment, EG is a little ahead in CS, just a little bit. It's the harassment game that we really want to watch. How fast do these consumables start to burn off? And Fly is already starting to spam out the Shadow Poison, trying to be a real pain to Solo, but it's a pain, and it's Solo's pain. Like, he is amazing on this hero for just out-sustaining, but also switching up the target, something which Fly knew a lot about because he kept creating the space for the Terrorblade, which is funny because he has to now do this on an SD, which is a little bit harder than just a straight-up nightmare to buy time for Sunder.
Yep. They do have the Centaur, though. You always want to ensure that you have some stun that can go on top of the defensive disruption, because otherwise it functions effectively as not just that 100% save, but then you're going to have TP illusions as well.
Where are you off to, Solo? I think he was wrapping around trying to look for the rune, but it's Samael who picks up the Arcane rune instead, and he'll head back towards the mid to try and spam against No One. But Solo just on the long walk and then gets back into the lane. While Crit tries to get up in the face again of Pasha. How many times is he just going to run at him and try and zone out this Necro? So Necro doesn't have a high amount of levels just yet. Like, wait until he gets a little bit stronger. They may be able to survive. Ramsey's in trouble on bottom lane. Only 2 Shadow Poison stacks so far. The Nightmare keeping S4 away from continuing the chase. But he already committed the Thunderclap.
It's a tough lane for Spectre. You get pressured really hard by Brew on the early levels. Top lane, Artur, he'll have a salve, so he should be all right.
Unless Roger wants to keep diving this. He looked for the double edge while Pasha underneath the tier 1 tower. Crit, he's starting to dive. Pasha jukes around the tree lines. Crit takes the damage. Pasha's got the regeneration. And he'll take the first blood. Arteezy was busy running for his own life.
Hey, sometimes you roll the dice and you get 7s 5 times in a row. And unfortunately for Crit, just not quite so lucky. I think he got 11 attacks, no spins.
It's Unlucky for him, RNG is still part of this game. Roger's taunting in front of their faces. Just remember what happened up on top lane, boys.
That's so huge for a Necro, too. The first blood, the free regen as well.
The mid lane is perfectly even. CS-wise, like there's a couple of extra deniers going the way of Samel, that's the difference. But both went for the double nulls, the low one. Just watching the runes, the Forge Spirit. I think he actually missed micro for half a second. Gonna look to deny up the Forge Spirit. No, Roger, he'll come on in over. And with that cold snap, Samel's having a hard time getting away. Hoof Stomp is still available. Roger's trying to wait it out to the perfect moment. Hits the Hoof Stomp. Now the Sunstrike hits the money.
Yeah.
No
Really well
one
played.
cracks the Leshrac.
And this lane gets harder and harder for Lesh as the levels go up. You can already see Invoker with 100 base damage. That's almost 40 above Sumail.
That last attack is not going to reach Pasha. Roger comes in, trying to take it.
Level
Pasha
2
was
Battle
able to
Hunger.
salve off, but yeah, with the Battle Hunger, he doesn't get the full duration. They're looking to back up. You've got the Shrine available in 20 seconds time, but Crit's not giving up the chase, trying to keep close on the back of Pasha. Roger's going to rotate over as well. No one. The Battle Hunger, that should be...
Deny?
Yeah, he's... Roger, turn around. No, too far away. EG, get on the board. Took him almost 5 minutes to do it, but the runes are coming up. A good time.
To be fair, you can't deny units affected by Battle Hunger. I was just testing the crowd.
Okay, you're testing me as well. I'm like, I'll believe you, Kyle.
Yeah, you can see Fly, though, setting up. This is the power of a Shadow Demon with a Shrek. However, Sumail's just not 6. There's still a Fairy Fire and a Wand and a Raindrop on no one.
But they'll use the level 2 Split Earth. This is the old school combination of SD. Set up for the Leshrac. Allow Crit to be the diver into the town, but Solo's already here. There's a lot of man to work with. Roger's also going to rotate. For some reason, the Dire Courier decided to come into the mix as well. Flies up, gets fortified, and then they just back the hell out. I think EG were fully coordinated for this.
And that move will work if Lesh is 6. That's the issue with the hero in this matchup. You want to be able to snowball so that that gank succeeds, but now Sumail, he's going to have to look to get active. He has a perfect smoke opportunity here up top on the Necro. They have a ward.
Or is he wanting to disrupt on? He wants to go towards Pasha. Pasha's just dropping his win. He's trying to bait Sumail to come a little bit closer towards him. Pasha battle hungered and poisoned, but he'll be okay while Roger holds his hand. Roger's actually in a great position for a 2-man stun, and they've just Sumail. He moved in closer, so the damage wouldn't be so high onto Fear, meaning Roger dies and Fly survives. Great play from Sumail, knowing the Sunstrike was coming in from no one.
Really well done. Sumail's got just perfect awareness. He obviously has played a ton of Invoker as well. Concern again, though, look at mid lane, 29-7 to 37. No one will get a bit of an advantage because his creep wave's still under tower, but you can see just how evenly matched these teams are. Bottom, 33-1 to 36-4.
S4's in trouble, though.
He's got split.
Solo's going to Nightmare him, going to attack him a couple of times. Here comes your Sunstrike. We talked about the SD Leshrac combination, but Nightmare into Sunstrike, it's also one of the old boys.
Yeah. I love the tips as well because, you know, the EG and IP might have been a bit of a grudge match. In a way, this is too, but a lot of mutual respect between these squads. And
But you still want to play the mind games. You saw Roger coming out with the glasses. I wonder if S4 had some flashbacks to when he walked down the tunnel at TI playing for Team Secret doing the same thing.
Thing is, they were 5 pairs of sunglasses.
They
Toby.
were.
It might have
That's
been a
right.
little too much.
Roger was the solo flyer. You got some swag, but it's controlled swag. It's kind of like the old way of looking at VP. The CIS way to play was always just over-aggression, dive all the time. If like Cavorce isn't dead, it's not CIS Dota.
Oh, mid lane, they get the call snap off, and the
Good
Spectre.
call snap.
Bang. And
Great time for Ramses just to get in there quick.
the difference with the Bane, the Invoker, the Spectre, they have so much global power on the team of Virtus.pro. EG, they're far more teamfight and cooldown related. Their teamfights are going to be reliant on split.
Roger again with
Wow.
the double edge. This damage amplification is just so big. It's a level 2 double edge. Got the double stuns. There was nothing Crit could really do about it.
It's the global power. This is why I can't believe that Zeus wasn't banned. Sure, you still offer that same global ability, but Invoker is a completely different beast from a Zeus. Sure, you can buy an Ags and get that Nimbus, so you have that one extra spell, but
That takes time.
yeah, this is a 287.5 pure damage nuke, and look at all the burst the rest of the squad provides as well.
You know they're going again sometime soon. Arteezy's trying to add some pressure to the bottom lane, but it's up on top where the Nightmare is onto Axe. Roger able to get the stun. Here comes your stun strike once more. Solo claims his kill, but 4 players from Virtus.pro diving Samael. He wanted to rotate up here to actually defend their Tier 1 tower with a pulse over. It's heavy damage, but together they stand, and together they survive. The trade-off is Arteezy taking the Tier 1 tower on bottom lane, but is that the trade you were looking for as EG?
Yeah, S4 playing without a TP there. He had a haste rune and split active, the only one that would have been able to defend that top dive, but just did not have one in inventory. Buys one on the side. He's actually going to be rushing Blink. EG looking to force fights earlier on. I think that's kind of how you have to play against a Spectre. We saw OG.
They're going again. Crit just can't escape it. Another Sunstrike with the double edge and the Reaper's Scythe. Get down! Roger will probably die. In fact, yeah, here comes S4. Gets the clap off. Did not split. So there's nothing to stun up Pasha as he'll complete his TP out.
That's well done.
Now that actually worked out nicely. Okay, yeah, your Axe dies, but the Blink Dagger timing now gets a lot closer for S4.
Yep. Yeah, it's the Spectre versus TB matchup. We saw this so much at TI, where you had the Ame TB, the Ana Spectre. I feel like in theory, it's TB favored, but Spectre just has this way of immediately hopping on top of the TB, kiting the Sunder.
The Hunter's coming once again. Fly, gonna look for the disruption and the follow-up. This time, Samael, he does have that level 6 you're talking about, so they have the damage to get through Roger, but at the same time, Ramses and Solo, they're moving over. They want a rebuttal, and they're looking to Samael. The stun strike! Samael turns around! He could feel it coming. Now they move their attention over towards Fly on the hillside. Crit wants to get in the fight as well. Got that level 1 call available, looking with that high mover speed to run forward. Solo doesn't have the same thing, and they can just trap him, call him back in towards Arteezy with all that damage. Solo gets a brain tap off, and the one-charges, giving him the life and the fairy fire. Boosh! He's back to the Tier 2 tower and to surviving.
Look mid, look mid. You're gonna have a dive in from S4. He's got the blink reveal and split.
Yeah, there's your clap. Not a lot of mana to work with, but enough to get into the Shadow Walk. And away, Roger will take it for the team. But no one survives. A 3-kill streak is not claimed by Evil Geniuses, but they'll add the pressure onto the Tier 1 tower.
And the pace both of these teams are playing with. So much movement all throughout the map. I liked what EG did. They were totally outmatched in the top lane. They put Arteezy bottom. He not only gets tower, they get that nice kill in the jungle. And this is what you want to do as Dire. If you can get the Tier 1 bottom and immediately cut towards mid on this 10-minute catapult wave, you collect another objective. It's well worth a split, even though they only get that 1 kill, because this opens up the entire Radiant side of the map.
And Solo went real deep. He doesn't have the Nightmare available anymore. Samael's going to slow him down with the Lightning, and then Stampede being used to get away while up on top. Crit's in trouble. The clap comes out. The stun strike. They take it together, but the damage is still enough to allow the Reaper's Scythe to put Crit down for half a minute once again. 2 times he's been on the receiving end of that blade.
That was really well done. And this is the power of Necro. You can just plant yourself in this top area of the map. EG looks to get aggressive on him, but you can see the Scythe Sunstrike combination. I have never seen another team utilize it to the effect that VP does. It's almost like a perfect combo. They will get the Sunstrike damage off, even though the Scythe takes 0.25 less seconds to actually deal the damage.
It also feels very difficult for EG to really dodge it. Like, there's so many Suns available to set up for the Sunstrike, even without the Reaper Scythe coming down and putting that player down for an extra couple of seconds, or a lot of seconds. It's still so hard for EG to dodge. Like, Brewmaster will look for the split, but he's still going to stand still when he's going to do this. After the stun, SD pulls you out. Still just Sunstrike on top.
But the reason this has been working for VP is because they're making these plays while they're in all 3 lanes. So there's no, it's not a team fight. That's where EG is going to thrive. You know what Shadow Demon can do to a Necro. If he gets that purge off, there's no defensive abilities left. Not to mention, Brew also has that Dispel for the Ghost Shroud.
This is confident for no one. He's walking down the lane to throw down the Meteor, right? But Samael, Crit, they're all on the way. S4 is going to blink forward. It's pretty tight area. No one going to go in. Visit Sentry Ward's there. And the dust. No one very visible. Turns around for the tornado. Creates some space. And now in comes Ramses. He's just disarming everybody. Lock him down. Samael wants to try and find this kill, but Ramses is solo killing him off while Roger and Pasha combo together. SD down. Samael will join him. They got more life with a death pulse. They're going to live with the sun strike. Samael. He'll dodge him, but Pasha claims the triple kill. The Bruling lanes. Are they going to find the kill? Of course they're not. Ramses will TP out. S4 blinked up. They're pinging exactly where he is from Solo. S4 does not have a TP scroll. He's stuck in the tree lines, but Virtus.pro, they're not checking. They may not even know.
Oh my God, Toby. I ask again, how do you not last ban Invoker?
I want to see it.
Flawless.
I want to see it again. I want to see it again. PGL, give me.
Like, a lot of other players are just going to ghost walk, and then the moment they get dusted, hands off keyboard, I died, whatever. But man,
they just keep fighting. Parches in too deep. Here comes your Sunstrike, but they're okay. They'll walk it off.
You can see part of the issue with Leshrac. Here we go, the replay. So look, a lot of players die right here, but he immediately invokes Tornado, the 4-man Deafening Blast, and immediately a chat wheel.
One of
you
my
know how
favorites.
next level that is?
He's got it quick.
Yeah, and this is the concern with Lesh in a game like this. He thrives on just providing a ton of burst damage, but he's the definition of glass cannon. 900 HP, you tank a nuke into a Sunstrike, you can see Sumail's even in shock. Say, all right.
It's like, where's this? How is this sustain so good? But you got a level 4 Death Pulse being pumped into this fight. You had heavy one-shots, which Ramses had been banking up for a long time. And you say EG want to have the team fight. They didn't have the Terrorblade. He was busy farming up around their southern Ancients. And not being involved in this engagement means they just didn't have the damage to just push Virtus.pro over the edge. How do you bring him so quickly? He's not like a Spectre who can just haunt into the fight.
That's the big advantage of VP, is that their carry can afford to play off the other side of the map. Terrorblade is a different kind of carry. He's going to continue ricing until there's some fight he's just naturally in the area for, but he's regularly using meta to farm that dire triple camp, and that's not something you can stop because he's not powerful enough to bring to a fight just yet.
He needs time, right? Like that's the comebacks we're seeing. We've seen Team Secret probably be the best example of that during this tournament, where it's like, okay, well, the early game doesn't go exactly well. Let's just get the TB in the jungle, we'll farm it up, and that's when every other team always tries to get aggressive.
And you got to keep in mind, there's no blink yet on crit, so the only method of initiation EG have right now is Fly somehow getting in range for a Disrupt or a Purge, or the Brew Split. But you have so much peel on the side of VP. You can Tornado the Brewlings, you can Stampede away. So if you bring 5 and try and make some smoke
Intimate. S4 is going to go for the clamp. They got the Purge, trying to control Pasha, but then, oh, nice disruption. And he was trying to Stampede away. The Brewmaster is there. Pasha just pushed down by his own 4-star. He's surviving through so much. There's more Death Bolts, but 4 stacks on the poison with the extra stun. Fly triggers the death.
But you can see how much they had to invest, and specifically how much ground they had to cover. If VP was in a better position to defend there, like with the Centaur blank that Roger's running to or TPing base right now to pick up, that could have went very poorly for them.
But that's what you want, right? Like, you want the ability to fight with 4 players while RTZ continues to farm and actually have an advantageous result from it. Getting a kill and an Necro, and that's a good result.
Look at the warding from both sides. Over 35% of the map visible for both teams. And just so many wards placed. It's because we're getting into that critical part of the game where Roche does become a factor. I like the warding from Solo. It's primarily designed to catch smokes that would either invade your jungle or potentially sneak over Shan.
They're going to smoke themselves. Solo and Roger heading down towards the south lane. I swear RTZ, no Metamorphosis available. It's just feeling strong to farm there. They know crit is not available, but crit's also right on top of the Observer ward. Sunstrike, double edge. It's just too easy to kill RTZ. And then even up towards the top, Ramses. Solo attacking S4. Finally, the TP will come out. Stood his ground as long as he possibly could to battle.
That was a beautiful blink reveal from Roger, picking up the kill on easily the most important hero on the side of EG, especially the way RTZ's been performing throughout this tournament. I mean, you can argue that first pick Terrorblade only won last series, but you do it 4 times in a row, maybe you get figured out. But man, he plays it better than pretty much anyone else in the world. But you can see that it's just so much easier for VP to find pickoffs. EG need fights. And look at the net worth on Sumail. This is not where he wants to be. Both of these teams prioritize their mid laner. They snowball, they take over, but right now, no one is dominating. And Sumail, he's still playing catch up. Just finished his Yules, barely over 1,000 HP.
But even with all these kills, the overall advantage is still only about 1,000 the way of Virtus.pro, and RTZ is #1 on the net worth board. This is what we've seen time and time again throughout the KL Major, where Terrorblade is the beast, the one you have to bring down. He's your raid boss.
I love this too. Both teams successfully scanning and now patiently waiting on opposite high grounds, playing a little game of chicken.
Yeah, who wants to walk first? Solo knows they can't move forward. The Sentry Ward and Observers are in too good a position. Sunstrike kicks in, just scanning out Roshan, but there's your jump. Crit able to get the call over on Solo. Sumail turning on the Pulse Nova. Roger does get a good stun out too, but this Brewmaster control even better. And Virtus.pro, they flinched first in the game of chicken, and they lost.
It was really well executed by EG. Arteezy showed top. They feel safe. Maybe EG's just find a ball. They can just a bit off on that ball. But it's deceptive because Arteezy is showing and looking like he's just looking to pressure the lane. VP, they initiate because they feel, we have vision, maybe we can turn this around, but everyone on EG's there. And there was no Haunt just active on Ramsey. It's still about 50 seconds of that fight, now 20.
Yeah, they picked the wrong time, but everything felt okay.
Yep.
That's why they were thinking maybe two different directions, like use Sunstrike onto Invoker, onto Roshan. You're looking for a different objective. You're not looking for what EG actually pulled out.
Yeah, we're gonna have Bounty Rune spawning in about 30 seconds. Might see an engagement. No Brew split, but we do have the Spectre Haunt.
Oh, they jump up towards top. Pasha, S4. Well, Pasha's gonna be safe about it all. Actually, he's cancelled his TP. He's hanging around. He's got Dagon available, so Ramsey's just gonna Spectral Haunt in with the Sunstrike and the burst damage. 76 seconds? Yep. All right, Brewmaster's got some time to think about exactly what happened while Roger gets a hoof stomp down on bottom lane. He goes in for the double edge, flies, able to disrupt up quickly, wants to go on the run with the catcher. Roger not too happy about being involved in this, not while Sumail is cleaning up the illusions. Oh, they found Roger. Oh yeah, good call. Real good call, but better tornado from no one with the call snap and the Sunstrike. He's pushing Crit out with the deafening blast. So they'll still get the kill onto the Axe, while Fiend's Grip holding Arteezy in position. Remember, Sunder's available, Nightmare as well. Sumail's gonna steal it off with the hoof stomp. Roger, he got a double, he got a triple. Fly was in the middle of that too. EG was stacked on top of each other like bed punks. Sumail will get back into safety, but Virtus.pro, they're getting him even when they're not trying to get him.
Samantha on the Spectre as well. It's just harder for EG to play this game. With Brew dead, as you said, for 75 seconds, you have no hope of winning a team fight unless you have some massive outplay, and Crit lands a stun like Roger just did, but he goes down at the start of that engagement. You can't turn it around unless, like, I guess Arteezy could sunder someone and just kill everyone.
But
like
that doesn't
he did
happen.
Yesterday.
When Roger slams the hoof stomp down in his face, there is no more Sunder to come. It's just this chain stunning, and there was the save. It was coming in. They wanted the SD. It's like, well, okay, he'll be there to help out. But no, you get a 3-man hoof stomp?
Yeah, the thing is, EG has no method of peel that can also counter-initiate, like a combo breaker. Invoker with an Ags, you can see Crit maybe lands a kill on Roger there, but there's an immediate tornado. Yeah, Sumail gets the stun off, but now he's floating up in the air.
EG's coming for a hunt. They know they want to fight. There's a fresh Vlad's on the Brewmaster, and they want to put it to good use with some lifesteal. What else have they got? Bottom lane, the Dire Observer Ward. It saw Ramsey's down there, but what it didn't see was him TPing away to safety. It watches Pasha walk down on the lane. There's support nearby, both in Stampede form as well as the Centaur himself, so Crit needs to get the blink. 4-staff down by Pasha. He's gone into the trees, and they've just not, well, a full split. Does Pasha really escape from this? Roger, he blinked up to the north. No, Fly will find him with disruption and catcher. Stampede still going to be used. But EG are not finding the fight they're looking for. But that Observer Ward, they see the information, but Pasha can just TP out.
It's the threat. No one was playing off map that entire time. Sure, he's not with the team, but they don't know that, and their vision didn't extend far enough back. They're so afraid of that long-range tornado coming in for the peel because our Tor is still not in the area ready to fight. EG need BKBs.
Is Roger going to solo kill bottom? He hoof stomps down, double edges, so the creep wave's all gone, and the Sunstrike goes on the fly. They thought they were fine, but Roger had the Observer Ward near the Tier 1 tower, and he saw a lot of players retreating for EG. Just went for it and got it.
You can see why this hero is being picked up as a 4. So much burst damage and utility. The Stampede, always a threat in team fights.
And he keeps enabling the Invoker. Invoker now 607. That's a good participation rate out of the 18 kills that Virtus.pro have claimed so far. And that advantage that I was talking about, being so close previously, is starting to kick up. We're starting to approach 6,000 the net worth, but the experience is cracking the 10K mark. This is problematic for EG. There's only so much pressure you can apply to Arteezy before he will start to crumble. but maybe he'll have what he needs to fight. I'm seeing that BKB coming on the courier.
It's just theory of 1+1, where any support of the side of VP and a core will be able to land kills.
You
EG
need
doesn't have that
Roshan.
luxury. Yep. You need a fight. You need to some way force an engagement as 5. You have the BKB Terrorblade.
Looks like they're going to slip around instead. They're not going in for Roshan.
You got to fight first. EG needs
Who are
some
they
sort of
gonna
net
have?
worth.
Like, the best thing is, like, if Ramsey just walks directly into them and they can pick him off nice and quick, but Virtus.pro are all back behind their own tier 2 tower. They'll smoke up themselves, and they're going to walk directly into him. The Observer Ward's on that high ground from both sides, but the hot stop into the back lines. It's easy to get the BKB off, however, so Solo instantly evaporates, and they turn towards Roger. He's already burned the Stampede. The last tack is able to connect as well. Pasha going down too. Arteezy just way too big. Sunder is available. He wants to switch the life with the Spec, who's now sent up towards the air. This Brewmaster split has controlled so heavily, and now Ramsey's, he's down. The damage output, it's high, but maybe not high enough. It doesn't feel like Arteezy wants to properly commit to this, and S4 did. S4 will die now. Pasha, he's chasing down. Chris nearby, turns around for the call, wants to create some space. Sunder's already being used at the moment, and you're gonna lose Crypt. The Sunstrike hits as well. Arteezy falls, and Virtus.pro, they will enter the Roshan pit. They used the buyback on the Necro in the fight. It looked good for EG at the start, but it didn't look good at the end.
Oh, great buyback from Pasha there. That's what actually allows them to find those 2 exit kills. You can see the power of a Terrorblade. BKB, the Vlad's aura from the Brewlings, but they just pursued too far. The moment Arteezy sunders that
They're
illusion.
going in, the Sunstrike, Crit walks into it. He's going back towards the try, he bought back to try and contest Roshan, but all he does is give his life. The bounty runes on top, and the Aegis Immortal, unless Ramsey he keeps getting bashed up. Okay, well, careful of the clap, Ramses. He goes sustained from Pasha, but not that much.
Man, right now, Ramses and no one are a combined 13, 0, and 23. And if you think VP, you think these 2 players, and when they're not stopped, neither is the Russian machine. And look at this play. Buyback from Pasha, immediate force forward into the Ghost Route, slow. No one gets the BKB off, just in case Crit tries to help out his friendly Arteezy, but there's nothing you can do. Tornado, Sunstrike, Dagon, Kapow.
Such great combinations. Clap, clap, clap. All right, so EG, they have to steady the ship here. They are falling behind so quickly. The scaling of VP is getting crazy. Do they dodge? Do they split push? Can you still do this whole create space for Arteezy?
Their issue is that they haven't been able to ever get on top of no one. He's the hero that causes issues for them, but now that he's got a BKB, they need to initiate on him blind and find a way to take him out right away. And look at Ramsey, he's gonna finish a Radiance. The recipe's up. That's insane. They were winning those fights, and he had 4,000 dead gold on his hero.
It's actually done. 26 minutes, 30 seconds in. It's already on the way on the courier. Yeah. Maybe once that BKB is also on Samael, he can also get a lot closer, but it's not this aggressive Samael. Like, we've seen him in the past with the tracks going like Blinky All Scepters to always be up in your face. He makes it a rotation style hero, but he knows what he needs.
He just doesn't have the game for it. Samael, he's played Quap, he's played Puck, he's played TA in this tournament. Lesh, a similar style. You want to be ahead, and if you are, you look dominant, you can take over games by yourself. But when you fall behind, he was 6th in net worth around 10, 12 minutes in. Now he's jumped to 5th, but your damage doesn't scale. You're static. You need to be in fights for a long time to really deal maximum amounts of DPS, and you have a 10 armor barely and 1,600 health, you're just gonna die.
Yeah, it means you need sustain from Samael, and he's looking for the Sheever's Guard as his next primary item. So BKB and Sheever's Guard, I think he understands with the amount of death on the field that's been happening, Bloodstone is not the option you want here.
And it's itemization for team fights, and that's where EG will continue to thrive.
Yes, it's crazy to hear something like, oh, EG will thrive in team fights when you're up against a Centaur, who is one of the greatest disengagers, especially if he ever thinks about negatives. But for now, he's building Pipe, he's building Crimson. He's disabling so much of this damage that EG relies on to get the quick kill and move on to the next target. Arteezy had a pretty good time in that last fight, but until the end, they're looking for the call. Over towards Pasha. Solo's nearby, goes to the nightmare, and now, DD Arteezy. He goes for the big hit, but the Fiend Strip, they've got to cancel Solo. The Reaper side comes down, now the kill. Axe is still dead so early on, but Arteezy is unleashed, but then again, controlled Ramsey's right on top of him. Arteezy, the save is there from fly, but is this save too late? Arteezy has no more life to give. Sumail is isolated. Ramses is hunting him into the tree line. They just can't hit anything. They're burning in the Radiance. S4 is back to the realm with one Panda. The Pasha stays with him. The stuns are up, and S4's down. Evil geniuses. They just cannot stop the bleed of blue.
And that was exactly how you want to play that fight if you're VP. Arteezy isn't confident like he was in previous games to hold that Sunder. And the moment he uses it, suddenly Spectre's right on top of him, takes him down. And when Arteezy, especially when he has the DD, is off the field, EG have no damage left whatsoever.
And VP can just keep going now. We'll have a quick look at the fight while they're pushing the bottom. You can watch that in the bottom right corner of your screen, but the initiation.
You can see, they initiate on Pasha, the Stampede, as you said, the force away, the grip. All of a sudden, Arteezy, half his BKB, he does no damage. He tries to go for a turnaround kill on no one, but he's not going to fall for that. Crit's out of the fight, he's dead already, so he's not able to turn around and provide any sort of lockdown for Artor to hit targets until they die. When Sunder's down, as you see, it doesn't matter if you get disrupted, you just die. You die a little bit slower.
It feels so split up as well, like, okay, like, no one gets out, but then he was like battling on the western side. It's like, well, okay, that just pulled another player from EG, while Sumail is further to the south, away from the team, away from the tower, away from Arteezy. It just seems hard to stand together, and kind of rightly so.
I said EG wants team fights, but it feels like their window may have shut. You still have a brew, but I mean, Roger has outpaced him, and all of a sudden, like, there's a Crimson Guard. Look at the HP pools on the VP heroes. 2200 on Spectre with the Dispersion, Invoker at 2k with the BKB, Necro 1500, plus the Stampede, plus Crimson.
Plus the heal he's pumping out in the middle of the fight, plus everything else they want to just lacquer on top. It is just a beautiful time for the Virtus.pro team fight, and EG needs some kind of answer against it.
It's also because both cores, all three cores on the side of Virtus.pro can increase their damage output with items. Leshrac doesn't really do that. He's still just all in on survivability because, as we saw, he's still a glass cannon. Arteezy's farm is critical, and
it's his farm, it's even his levels. It's level 22 on Ramses, and Arteezy's level 17, 5 levels behind on your 1v1 positions. Even if the net worth may be close, they just sent the book out to Arteezy to try and repair this. It's not even going to the supports of EG.
Yeah. And if you're Crit, you need to find an initiation onto no one. You've got to take out the Invoker. Pasha's still a threat, but he's being baited. Solo's always going to be behind him for a sleep to peel.
Ramses has almost finished a heart. Like, his sustain, come on. And he continues to farm on the side lanes, and there's nothing EG can do about it. What are you going to do? Send an expedition to try and find the side lane farming Spectre? Not going to happen. But they have to do something. There's one smoke available on Fly at the moment. S4's grouped up with them. He's got Dust available, so at least they can try and nail down the Invoker, and he's going to be the biggest kill. No one's worth so much money. A 902 Invoker. A 9012. I just took away 10 of his assists.
They happen fast. You can miss him. And in truth, if you took away the Sunstrikes, they might only be on 2 assists. Here comes probably a VP smoke. They're looking to mobilize. EG.
Everyone's grouped up, and they know there's no vision. There are so many sentry wards across the map. You can basically just draw a line across the map for their sentry perimeter.
Love this pickup on no one. Goes for the Lincolns. You can place that on any ally, ensure they can close the gap on TB. No longer a Sunder target. Bear in mind, EG's not out of this. We saw them with a 3% chance to win yesterday, and they capitalized to stay in this tournament. All it takes is one good initiation and one Sunder, and 2 heroes on VP are gone.
That's the power of the Terrorblade. Can just hold his ground, huge amount of damage, but it needs S4 and Crit to be the perfect buffers. They need to throw their bodies to the front lines. Fly needs to always be on the back lines for the save, and Sumail needs to sustain, which is not a simple task. But at least he doesn't care about the Radiance burn once he's burned that BKB, doesn't care about mischance. Roger's looking for his initiation. This smoke from Virtus.pro. Can they find that target? Sumail, they start off with the Fiend Script. Blink forward. Whoa. S4 needs to help him. Now, how much damage can they do so quickly? 2 heroes already dead for EG. Make it 3, make it 4. Crit's gone. He only wants to survive as Arteezy, but does he even have that one? Ramsey's hot on the tail. The wingspan is not aerodynamic. Ramsey's slipping through. Is there more support to get there in time? Necro still has the Reaper sights available, but Arteezy will get into the fountain where it's secret, where it's safe.
And you can see EG, they need these long fights where TerrorBlade can just sit in the middle of the field, attack, sunder someone, keep going, deal 30 seconds of damage, whereas VP, they killed 4 heroes in what, 5 seconds?
Yeah. This game feels more than over right now. EG, they're clutching to some kind of hope that they can sustain. Metamorphosis burn from Arteezy, trying to force him out. Pasha, remember that Reaper Sight is available. Arteezy sunders out the targets. Reaper Sight will be completely nulled. That BKB of Arteezy burnt out, and the rest of EG, this is the time. Samael, no BKB. He TP'd down there without an on, so they send him up towards the air. Have they got a follow-up? Centaur up in the sky, he'll hit the deck and then just blinks away to safety, but they're going after Pasha with a death box. Goodbye, bye-bye, bye-bye-bye. You are gone, Solo. Now being hunted down as well. Tornado from no one creates a space, protecting the supports as a unit. Virtus.pro, they are running over Evil Geniuses. Another 2-man stun. Arteezy, 2 seconds till Sunder, 1 second till Sunder, and 1 second with the Manta. He's got the time. He gets it off, killing off Roger, but the damage is still way too high from Ramsey. Here comes the Cataclysm. S4 will dodge it, but Arteezy, he can't dodge death. Into the grave, all of EG go. They're the manure for the VP garden. You can buy back onto Arteezy, but what has he got left to fight with? It ain't a team.
Ramsey's just taunting EG. You talk about attitude, both of these teams, when they win games, they look dominant, and they like to do it in style. This is just game 1.
You send a message for the rest of the series. Winning 1 game, you know, is not enough. A full best of 3. You play the mind game. You make them think it's like, okay, you think TerrorBlade is worth the first phase pickup. Let's watch it again. The defense from Evil Geniuses. It started to hold pretty strong, though.
How you see you said you wanted a Yules there, you are blink on Samael, but look at this. With no BKB, he is about as threatening as a bunch of wet noodles, and Pasha's just realized, oh, I can dag on this guy in the face. Almost survives, gets the force away, but that last attack before he can get the Q off. This was a great sleep by Solo. Crit misses his second call in the team fight. Of course you have a tornado to peel, and Solo then sleeps Arteezy, prevents a bit of his damage.
This is the moment, though, with Arteezy. The fact that they are able, they turn around, they try and find him. Roger gets the perfect stun, slows everybody up. And then Arteezy just buys the time with the Manta to swap the life with Roger. If it wasn't for this, they would be looking at, well, the full GG.
The thing is, Fly disrupted the real Ramses. That's the Sunder target that you need to go for if you're TerrorBlade. That's why that matchup seems to be TB favored. If you Sunder the support Centaur, you're just going to die anyway when they chase you down. You've got to Sunder the Spectre when you're this far behind. But that's a tall task.
I just love that from no one. Throws a meteorite out. Yeah, look, Mom, no hands. This is how I play Dota.
Hey, he's been hitting the gym. I've seen him bench considerably more than me or you could do, Tobes. And he's doing the heavy lifting in this game as well. 12-0-16, 11-0-21 on Ramses. When these two superstars don't die, VP looked unstoppable.
Yep, that was the word that was coming to my mind as well. They'll have Aegis as well as cheese from this. The Aegis should go into the hands of the Spectre. He's got the heart, he doesn't need the cheese, and they'll give the cheese to Pasha.
Yeah.
Look at that. 1% chance for Evil Geniuses. That is a low, low margin. But 1% is still hope. Delusional hope, but hope nonetheless. That's why they stay in this game. EG are not giving this up. If VP want to take this game, they've got to go the distance. EG, there is no concede button in Dota.
It's just so nice watching an informed VP. The same with Secret. It's just, we've seen throughout the year, VP dominate, falter a bit at TI, but this is the Virtus.pro that we expect. Yeah, especially this late Championship Sunday.
It's a good day for it. Top lane, VP is coming in. They have one lane of racks to remove. A good initiation is really much all they're looking for. While Evil Geniuses, they continue to create the disposable army of illusions of Arteezy. He's back, he's literally in the fountain at the moment. Waiting for the right time, waiting for safety. The bottom lane is starting to push in, so is the mid, is gaining momentum, so EG They will be pressured on multiple sides. Samael is the bait on the front lines. You watch those buybacks, the reason why he's there, he's the one with buyback, same with ST. If they can get VP to at least burn some of these abilities on him, they got a chance. But then again, that's a Lotus and Lincoln. And Ramsey's on the front line. That is impossible to go on.
And a full butterfly just delivered as well. His damage output is unbelievable.
They jump in, fast shot, goes
my
to hit,
God.
goodbye! But buyback is available. He'll return to the world of living. Reaper Scythe on cooldown for 2 minutes, so they don't have that ability just to slam down Arteezy anymore. And there's your buyback out from the SD. Ramsey's still being protected on the front lines. They alacrity him up, but just keep pushing into the tier 3 tower. Speaking of towers, Samael has to defend his tier 4 towers, and this is that split up. This is what VP wanted. EG cannot stand as one. Now Crit gets the call into the back lines, right on top of no one. Arteezy trying to bring down that Invoker. Can they get the man down? No, they can't. Cheese is available. No one. Definitely Blast tries to push him back again. Buybacks are coming in thick and fast. Samael needs to get away. Ramsey's hot on his tail, but the Cataclysm! It hits hard, and they brought him down. This really is the game. EG back to Fountain, but they're losing their top lane of Rax. The Aegis Immortal and Cheese gets burnt. So what has EG got left in the tank? They need something to fight with.
And this is the 4th game in a row you first pick Terrorblade. VP looks to have figured it out.
Jump in, again another perfect Orb Stomp. SD down so quick. Crit back towards the tower. Ramsey's not where he actually wants to be. Inside the fountain. Oh no, it's exactly where he wants to be. In EG's face, taking this game. Good game, well played. Virtus.pro in 40 minutes claimed game 1 of this lower bracket. Looking to get the matchup against Team Secret in the grand final. They're one step closer to that goal.
The only thing EG did differently in this game was the Leshrac. That's the only thing that's a bit of a different flavor on what they've been doing throughout this tournament. And VP looked more than ready to deal with the way EG wanted to play the game. They're always in 3 lanes. Arteezy's trying to split and farm, but you know, those deaths into Sunstrikes, there's not much you can do to prevent it. Yeah, he's the top net worth, but it's not like yesterday where